This is VOA News. I'm Liz Palka. The United States is speeding up the arrival of a naval aircraft carrier strike group to the Arabian Sea. This comes after concerns Iran may be planning an attack against American or allied targets. President Donald Trump has not commented directly on this, but in remarks to Army's football team at the White House Monday, he remarked the U.S. right now has the greatest military the world has ever known.
Hopefully we won't have too many battles because we're building a military so strong that nobody's going to mess with us. Nobody.
Israeli journalist Barak Ravid reports the Mossad intelligence agency alerted the U.S. that Iranian elements may be preparing to strike. China says its negotiators are preparing to travel to the United States for their next round of trade talks this week, despite President Trump's threats of higher tariffs on billions of dollars of Chinese goods after he complained the process is taking too long. In his Sunday tweet, Trump said he would increase tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese goods from 10% to 25% on Friday. VOA spoke to Phil Levy, senior fellow on the global economy at the Chicago Council on Global Affairs.
It's a threat that he's made before, and he was bluffing. So we've had a deadline that looked very much like this deadline that was for January 1st, one for March 1st, and both of those went by the wayside. This one has a much shorter lead time, and we'll see if he means it.
Trump's comments sent Asian stocks and U.S. futures tumbling Monday and added uncertainty over the future of U.S.-China trade negotiations. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo met with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov Monday. The meeting comes amid tensions between the two countries over Venezuela. This is VOA News. According to Reuters, U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin has denied a leading House opposition Democrats' request for President Trump's tax returns. This denial sets the stage for a lengthy court battle between lawmakers and the Trump administration. Palestinian officials say a ceasefire with Israel has been agreed to by Hamas and Islamic Jihad, reached with the help of Egyptian mediation. So far, the ceasefire seems to be holding. The Palestinian ambassador to the United Nations, Riyad Mansour, says the people in Gaza need protection.
What our people need is not more violence and attacks against them, particularly those in Gaza. They have been living a miserable life as a result of the blockade for more than 12 years. What they need is lifting the blockade.
Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday said that a ceasefire deal reached between Israel and Hamas was not the end of the campaign. Netanyahu said he has instructed the military to be prepared going forward with tanks and artillery forces around the Gaza Strip. An exchange of rocket fire and airstrikes has killed 4 Israeli civilians and at least 20 Palestinians since Friday. These are the first Israeli civilian deaths from cross-border fighting since 2014. Reuters reports at least 58 people were killed in Niger when an overturned fuel tanker from which they were siphoning gasoline exploded. The government made the statement Monday. The country's Interior Minister Mohamed Bazoum said 37 people were hospitalized with burns and injuries, many of them in critical condition. The incident happened late Sunday. Thousands of Czechs filled the center of Prague and other cities for a second week in a row. They were protesting Monday against the appointment of a new justice minister who they fear could meddle with a criminal case involving the prime minister. Maria Benešová was named to head the justice ministry last week after the resignation of her predecessor. Protesters say they are worried she will try to protect Prime Minister Andrej Babiš, who potentially faces a fraud trial. President Trump awarded golfer Tiger Woods with the Presidential Medal of Freedom on Monday, saying at a Monday ceremony, Wood exemplifies excellence.
Tiger Woods is a global symbol of American excellence, devotion, and drive.
Woods won the Masters in a dramatic victory at Augusta National Golf Course last month, ending an 11-year major championship drought. I'm Liz Palka, VOA News.